Hey y'all, welcome to class today. And I'm noticing right now as I look into the screen that I did not take my slippers off. I let my, big, huge production company have the day off, so they weren't able to tell me, hey Kate, you're still wearing slippers. So, anyway, my feet are a little cold. We're gonna just start with some breathing, so I'm gonna keep them on for a minute. So, today's class is going to focus on our bottoms, so please sit on it and let the eyes close. And we'll begin with a few slow, easy breaths, just connecting with the depth of your breath. So just noticing how deep or shallow the breathing is. And I like to gently close the eyes when connecting with my breath, but it's certainly not a requirement. We'll just stay here for a couple more breaths, depending on the pace of your breathing. And then when you're ready, let the eyes gently open. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and begin on our backs first. So take your time and make your way down onto your back. All right, if you have slippers on, you can keep them on and then come down onto your back. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is just make sure the spine is nice and ready. So bringing the knees towards the chest, go ahead and take this opportunity to circle through the ankles. And if you're holding your legs like I am, you just need the biceps to do that. So relax the shoulders, letting the arms gently come around. If you're still circling the ankles, go ahead, point, flex feet. Point and flex, point and flex. Good. Let the toes wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Okay. All right. Stretch those legs up towards the ceiling, giving the backs of the legs a nice long stretch. Reach up, keeping a hold of that right leg as you lower the left leg down towards the floor. And then as you exhale, engaging the core, which includes the pelvic floor, maybe easing that right leg a little closer. Good. And then release that knee to the chest. And then bringing that left leg back in, stretch both legs up towards the ceiling, and then keeping a hold of that left leg as you ease that right leg down. And you may feel one leg is a lot tighter than the other. That's what I feel in my left leg for sure. And if the opposite leg doesn't want to come straight down to the floor, that's fine. You can bend the knee and put the foot on the floor. Exhale strongly. Maybe ease that leg a little closer to you. Good. And then go ahead and release. One more time, both legs into the body, round the spine. If it works for you, lengthen the back of the neck, looking towards the belly. Knees towards the nose, just curling into a little ball. Good. And then release the feet to the floor. Roll the shoulders back and down. Good. And then go ahead pressing into the heels until you feel the buttocks engage before even lifting off the floor. As you're lifting into your bridge pose, reach the knees away from you. The buttocks are strongly engaged. Reach the tailbone towards the backs of the knees. Tops of the thighs are lengthened away from you, opening up across the chest. This is not a quad exercise. It is for the back of the body. The front of the body is getting a nice lengthening. As you exhale, it's your choice. You can either strongly engage in the core as you roll the spine down. On the inhale, pressing into the heels, you may choose to roll the spine back up. Everything else stays the same. Those other original cues once you're up. When you exhale, you may choose to break at that hip crease so that when you lower down, everything's coming down at the same time. Whatever works best in your body. So the inhale lifts and the exhale is a release down. Good. One more time as you lift on the inhale. And as you exhale, lowering all the way down. And now we're going to isolate one buttock at a time. So go ahead and cross that left ankle over the front of that right thigh up towards the knee. And then firmly press down into the right heel so you feel that right buttock engage and lift. Relax this left hip as much as you can. Look up so that the pelvis is nice and level. You're not hugging that left side of the pelvis up towards the ribs. You're not dropping the left side of the pelvis down. Right buttock is working. Same thing. Exhaling as you come down. Inhaling as you lift. Keep pressing down through that right heel. Right knee is reaching away from you. Good. If you are not reaching the right knee away from you, then when you lift the weight of the pelvis up, you're going to feel everything come into the upper body. The legs do the work. Reach it away from you. Inhaling as you lift, exhale as you lower. One more time to this right side. Inhaling as you lift. And then exhale, coming all the way down. Excellent job. Go ahead, release that left foot, compare one side of the body to the other. And then go ahead, cross that right leg over the left, and we'll work the same way to this left side, pressing into that left heel and reaching that left knee away from you. Okay, again, reaching the tailbone towards the back of the knees as if both feet were flat on the floor. Exhaling as you come down. So you may feel at this point that one side is stronger than the other. It's just awareness. That's all good. We'll go 2 more times to this left side, pressing down into the heel as you lift, squeezing that left buttock, checking the pelvis, make sure everything's lined up. Good. And I do believe we held it a little bit longer on that right side, so we'll finish up holding it on the left side. So go ahead as the hips are lifted, pressing into that left heel. Strong engagement of the buttock. You want to feel it more in the buttock than the hamstring. Okay, you don't want to feel like your quads are holding you up. Lift, and as you exhale, control the hips all the way down. If the pelvis wobbles a little side to side, you're working on that stability. Good. Step the feet wide on your mat. And then as you exhale slowly, okay, core is engaged, send the knees over to the right. Tighten the left buttock, reach that left knee away from you. Inhale, coming back up to center. Exhale, over to the left with the knees. Tighten the right buttock, reach the right knee away from you. Good. And then exhale, engage the core this time, so you're lifting on your exhale as you come all the way up. Heel toe the feet so they're back to hip distance apart. Take a breath, give yourself a smile. Yay! Okay, on to the next one. So either tuck the chin, rock the body up, or roll to your side and come on up. All right, so from here we'll come into our tabletop position. You want that slight external rotation through the shoulders, and then extend back with your right leg. Tuck the toes under, engaging that right buttock. You're pressing down through that left lower leg. The spine is extended. Exhale or inhale and lift the right leg, and then lower the leg down. I just told you to lift the wrong leg. Press down through the left lower leg, tightening the right buttock as you lift that right leg up. Right buttock is strong when you're lifting, lowering down. So when you're lifting that right leg, you don't want to feel all your weight shift to the opposite side. Did I just say the wrong leg again? The leg that you're lifting. You don't want to feel your weight shift to the opposite side. So lifting and lowering. And go with what feels best, how the movement feels best coordinated with your breathing and your breathing pattern. I've seen and been taught both. All right, one more time to this right side as you lift. And go ahead and really press back through that right heel. Lengthen forward through the top of your head. And release that right foot down, bending the knees. You may want to give the hips a little wiggle. And we'll move over to the other side. So extending that left leg back, tuck the toes under, press down through your right lower leg and lift. Make sure when you're lifting that you're not sagging through the rest of the spine, so the core is engaged. When you're lifting, again, you want to feel it more in the buttock than you do in the hamstring. Now in this position, you may also feel your quad working because your leg is extended. You only want to lift up parallel to the floor, which that's why it's good to be in a yoga class, because you have a witness, or I can tell when I look into the screen that I was lifting my right leg a little too high. Same thing that we were doing in the bridge pose. You don't want the pelvis to tilt. Okay, you want to keep the pelvis nice and level, and keeping the core engaged really helps support the pelvis that way. You may feel, again, that one leg is stronger than the other. And that's perfectly fine. It's all good information. One more time to this left side. Go ahead, lift that left leg up. Press back through that left heel as you reach forward through the crown of the head, really getting as long as you can. And then exhale, release that left leg down, bringing that left leg forward. Just take a moment to ease the hips back towards the heels. Keep the hands to the floor, engaging the core as you exhale, and just round. So tuck the tailbone under, so you're getting a nice stretch through the lower body. And then press into the lower legs, coming back onto all fours. This time, step your right foot forward. Tuck the left toes under and press that left heel back. Press down through your right heel enough that you feel the right buttock. Press back through your left heel enough that you feel that left buttock. Inhaling, reaching those arms forward and up. Let that tailbone point down towards the floor as much as you can so that you're not overarching in the lower back. The legs are working. You are strongly engaging that left buttock. I can feel it. You're pressing down through that right heel so that you feel the work in that right leg. Lifting up, extend. Now here we'll come into Virabhadrasana or Warrior Two. So external rotation in both hips. The arms reach out, sink down a little bit lower. Okay, we're getting into the hips, but this is work for the buttocks as well. And only because we haven't done a lateral bend, go ahead, bring that right forearm to the top of your right leg. Now push down through that left heel. Stay nice and grounded. Invite a shallow twist. Not a short twist, a shallow one. So you're not twisting as much as you can. Roll the shoulders back and down. Draw the neck out of that shoulder girdle. And then as you exhale, a strong core supports you. Bring that left hand down. Internally rotate so you're coming onto the ball of the left foot. Release that left knee down. Step the right foot back to the left. And then again, just a gentle, not a full child's pose, just easing the heels back, easing the hips back towards the heels, core engaged, and round. Round through that lower back. Good. And then we'll go to the opposite side. So left foot steps forward, press down through that left heel until you feel that left buttock engage. Tuck the right toes under and press back through that right heel. Whew. I have to breathe in here. I've been talking a lot. Okay. So you feel the buttocks engaged. Now when you're lifting up, there's a tendency to let everything happen by pulling the ribs forward as you lift up. So there's this huge curve through the middle of your back. Lift and engage the core. Really work that right buttock as you lift. And you want to respect the curves of the spine. You're not looking for a flat spine, but you don't want to collapse into the middle of your spine either. Okay, so you got to use your muscles. Push back through that right heel, strong right buttock, pushing down through the center of that left heel, buttocks engaged. One more full breath here. Good. And then coming into Virabhadrasana 2 on this left side, which makes me backwards to y'all. Okay, so, oh wow, that is not easy to do. Okay, and I'm shifting. Here we go. Okay, sink down into Virabhadrasana 2. Good. Arms out and extended. Both hips are externally rotated, so already you're working through the buttocks. Good. Really push down through both heels. Lengthening. Good. Take a complete breath here. And then go ahead and bring that left forearm to rest on that left thigh. Bringing that right arm up and over. Connect. Did I say left again? The right arm is coming over. Connect your right heel to your right fingertips. Lengthen. Breathe. Good. Bring a slight twist to your pose, just so that we're taking our spine through all of its functions. Don't let that core go. Good. Now, with a strong core, go ahead, rotate, bringing that right hand to the floor, rolling onto the ball of the right foot. Bring your left hand to the floor. Step that left foot back. Go ahead, bring the body into Adho Mukha Svanasana, your down dog pose, giving yourself a good long stretch. Good. All right. Bring the knees to the floor. Sit back to the heels. First, exhale and really round out that lower back. And then make your way down into, begin in an extended child's pose. And then from there, fold one arm on top of the other. And let the forehead relax on the wrists. Deep breath in. Exhaling, release. And then go ahead, press down through your lower legs. Roll that spine up. Roll through your shoulders. Good. So I have my 15-year-old son ringing through my head. It's got to be 20 minutes, Mom. Can't be longer than 20 minutes. So that was a very short practice. Hopefully, it'll at least keep you toned if you already have a very strong bottom. And if not, then I hope it was a good workout. So let's complete practice by the same way that we started, eyes closed, if that's your choice. Breathing in. Exhaling out. And then when you're ready, the eyes are closed, gently open them. And the light within me bows and honors the light within you. Namaste, and thank you very much for class.